Welcome to the Impatient Entrepreneur Podcast, a show where we hear from entrepreneurs and business owners who are chomping at the bit to make their mark on the world. I'm your host, Lauren Quidar Cockrell. Now, let's hurry up and get to the good stuff. Hi, friends. Welcome back. Today, I am joined by Dr. Roger Wu, founder of 20/20 and the creator of the Eye Drink. And I cannot wait to hear about this medical professional and entrepreneur and share all the wonderful stories. Roger, welcome to the show.
All right. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, thanks for having me here.
My pleasure. So tell us how you went from a medical practitioner to entrepreneur and what it is that you are doing now.
Well, this is actually not my first time doing it. I've started a few companies before, so you can call me a serial entrepreneur. So this product right here, the Eye Drink, primarily I created this out of frustration. You can say that. From see patients, all day long, and then all the good advices I gave them every single day, pretty much, being ignored, including my kids. So staring at the computer, cell phone all day long, and just completely out of frustration. Basically, I told them to take vitamins, drink more water. I would say less than 10%, way less than 10% of people are actually compliant.
Sure.
So. I just felt there's a better way to, for people to get more involved, basically drinking more water, taking, basically getting themselves hydrated and taking the essential vitamins for the eyes. And, so why not create this, the beverage, being the first in the world, right? Actually. And it's a ready to drink beverage, just like a Gatorade. So we call it internally, we call it the Gatorade for the eyes. So that's the product that we have right now.
Okay, very cool. Well, I have lots of questions about that. So let me just ask the first official question, which is, Dr. Wu, are you an impatient entrepreneur?
Yes, absolutely. Especially when it comes to a beverage industry.
I bet. Yeah. So I kind of want to start almost with beginning/end. I mean, what has surprised you about entering this realm? I mean, I'm sure a dramatic departure from caring for patients day in and day out.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll probably upset a lot of people in the beverage industry.
That's okay.
The biggest thing I've learned is there's no sense of urgency in the beverage industry. Yeah, from the get-go, from the formulation labs, the lab we work with to come out the correct formula that takes great from the formulation labs, from the suppliers, from the label designers. There's just no sense of urgency. I mean, they take forever to, number one, to respond. Okay, that's the majority of the people. And number two, even when they responded and we signed a contract saying that, a certain product will be delivered within a certain, period of time. I mean, they missed the target all the time. Okay. So coming from a eye care industry, that's completely different. So, it's just one of those things that I guess I have to take my blood pressure medication every time when I deal with people from eye care industries. And that seems to be the norm. Yeah, because my CMO, his name is Jorge Olson. He's like a rock star in the beverage industry. He already warned me. Yeah, he warned me about that. Like, there's no sense of urgency. So, but when it comes to especially the label designers, he didn't want me to rush those people. Yeah, even though there's a contract saying they need to deliver the final product within certain days, he didn't want me to rush those people because those designers apparently work. They need to get inspired. So putting them under pressure is just a bad thing to do. So,
wow, I'm in the wrong industry.
I know. That's something that's the biggest challenge that I mean, it's a very interesting lesson I've learned. But the majority of people are just super, super nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess so. They're not being pressured, and they can just kind of go about their business.
They live in their little bubble or utopia, whatever you want to call it.
That's so funny. Oh my goodness, I did not know that. I have not dipped my toe, and I've not had a client in this beverage realm specifically. Other adjacent industries, but interesting. So, did you create the formulation for the drink, or were you, like, it needs to taste like this and have these vitamins, and someone else handled the chemistry aspect, or how did that go?
I didn't come up with the actual original formulation because there's a huge international studies. Basically we determine what kind of vitamins is good for the eyes. And if you, let's say, walk into a pharmacy or Costco, you can actually find those vitamins, readily just sitting on the shelf. It's called AREDS 2, AREDS 2 vitamins. So it's being recognized that that's it's got all the key ingredients that's beneficial to your retina. And we also know that, omega-3, some people call it fish oil, but not necessarily coming from the fish.
Right.
So the omega-3, the EPA, the DHA is essential to minimize dry eye issues.
Okay.
So basically putting those two, together, combine those two together and make it into a beverage format, and then, tasty enough for people to want to drink it. So that was the initial challenge because no one had ever done that in a beverage format.
Right.
And let alone adding basically a lipid-based omega-3 into a beverage. So the first, whatever 15, 20 sample that came out, they taste like crap. Like worse than gasoline. And both
fishy.
both my sons, they were like, tester number 1 and number 2.
Yeah.
So they got so sick and tired of drinking the samples that my older one eventually told me that, Dad, stop bringing those back home. Like, he'd rather go blind than drinking those.
Maybe if you like it, I'll try it. You have to do it first, Dad.
So we definitely came a long way. We keep tweaking it. And then finally we have the formulation that, most people loved it. Right now, we have a third one, by the way. We have a third flavor. Right now, we have only 2.
Okay.
The third one that's coming out is called mango strawberry.
Okay.
That one, basically, we got 23 out of 23 testers saying give it a perfect score. Nice. So that one is coming out in about a month or, end of August, early September. So, wow. That's why we have that. But it's just very, very interesting journey. And
it sounds kind of expensive. Is it?
It's I'm not sure because this is the first time I venture into the beverage space. So things are quite pricey, especially when I decided to go with the premium ingredients. We use the actual fruits. I don't use artificial flavoring. We use the actual orange juice, actual strawberry, actual lemon to do it, and then even the omega-3. I requested to be number 1 vegan friendly, so there's not a lot out there, and number 2 has to be triglyceride form omega-3 because the triglyceride form omega-3 can actually enhance the GI, our gastrointestinal absorptions. So those are the things that I requested, and initially I told the lab absolutely no sugar, and we're just butting heads. It's impossible to come up with a formula that's good for you and still tastes great without adding a little sugar. So we did add a little bit of sugar, only 5 grams to this. So it's very, very minimal compared to the beverage out there, regular beverage. A can of Coke is probably like 35 to 40 grams of sugar there. And our bottle is way bigger than a can of Coke, and then we have way less sugars. So, but the taste is definitely a lot more agreeable now after we add a little sugar there.
Why a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down? And how has adoption been? Has it been challenging to get into retailers?
We haven't gone into retailer yet. Okay. That's pretty much the phase 2 of the business.
Gotcha.
Phase 1 is number 1, selling directly from our website, theeyedrink.com. And also we are signing up affiliating doctors to basically have the beverages either sold through their offices or from their website. So we're in that phase right now. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. And are people liking it? Are you getting good feedback?
Oh yeah. We average, out of my practice, we average between 550 to 850 bottles a month, just from my patients. So, obviously patient knew, the functionality of the beverages, and then we had them taste it, sample them, and they loved it. So they buy, in bulk, in cases, cases after cases. So that's basically what we're selling right now. So I think it's number 1, it's first in the world. And then number 2, it tastes great, and kids loved it, and keep you hydrated. And then the ingredient was, obviously we didn't come up with some crazy formulation and see if this sticks. And we actually use the scientific base, proven ingredients. So we're definitely not selling snake oils.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't like, oh yeah, this is what you need.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. So you're a serial entrepreneur. What other businesses are your other businesses still active in addition to your practice?
Yeah. I mean, I have 2 practices,
okay.
In the Los Angeles area. And I have another startup company before. It's actually a software company. It's a AI based software company that basically monitor your eyes. I mean, for cell phone computer users, we monitor your how close you are to the screen, how much time you spend on it, and how you blink your eyes, because there's that's one of the reasons people are getting dry eye so many people are getting dry eye these days, because everyone's staring at the computer. and then we also monitor your posture, your ambient lighting, all risk factor basically that cause the the eye strain. We call it the digital eye strain. So we monitor all risk factors using using the software and using your embedded camera, and that's my other startup. But unfortunately, that startup, I think we're way too advanced for its time, and so it takes a long time to scale up, and actually completely underestimated the amount of funding needed to bring a software company into a larger scale.
Right.
Yeah. So
now might be the time, though.
yes, yeah, definitely, yeah. So we have my CTO is actually work on that aspect, trying to raise more money for that the other startup right now. Yeah.
And can I ask, did you have to do a capital raise for the eye drink?
Yes, the eye drink we're raising we call it the scaling round right now. And they're all the investors right now. They're all ophthalmologists, and then we're definitely raising money right now to go into basically go to trade shows, signing up affiliate doctors, and then the next obviously I call it the phase 1.5, and not exactly phase 0.2 yet. Phase 1.5 is going into basically they have like, for example, those specialty supermarket like Sprouts, Whole Foods. They have their own trade shows there. They have their own expo there. So those are the places we're targeting right now. And also some of those are huge employers like Oracle, Google's. Their campuses, they hire thousands of people. Most of them stare at a computer all day long.
Yep.
So we would love to have the beverage, basically made available at their cafeterias or vending machines. Yeah, like this. So we call it the phase 1.5, but phase 2.0 is actually going to more of a retail.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Route through some employee benefits companies.
Yeah.
So, is there anything in particular that you're impatient about right now? Is it the next phase, or?
Oh, there's so many, and I'll probably anger too many people. I think that I don't want to step on too many people's toes right now. Right now, obviously, we have a trade show coming up in September in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And for me to wait 2 months, not doing much. I hope there's a trade show, everywhere, like every other weekend. Yeah.
My bag's packed.
We're ready to go, and then I'm pretty much we're creating our own ads, online advertising right now from Facebook, things like this. But my CMO is the one who's in charge of that, and we just signed up a couple people to join the team as well. So those are the experts in their field. Yeah, definitely. I just created the idea, the beverages, and those are the key people that will drive the bus.
Right.
Yeah,
Come up with the idea. Smart people will do it.
Yeah. So I try to find people that are smarter than I am. So yeah. So that's the way to do. Yeah.
How do you fuel yourself as a leader? You have these entities and lots of ideas. Are you reading books, listening to podcasts? Sounds like you go to some trade shows, things like that. Like, how are you making sure that you're the best leader and founder that you can be? How do you educate yourself?
Well, I do read a lot, and also from patient interaction there, and I basically spent the last 15 years focusing on computer or screen-induced dry eyes. I was invited to talk about these issues at NASA, and some of the ergonomic expos to talk about people outside of the eye care industry, because a lot of people they didn't know. Like, for example, in NASA, when we talk about this to a bunch of engineers, every time when we talk about the blink rate, the posture, you can see those people just all of a sudden adjust
don't look at me.
Yeah. So it's one of those things people were not aware of. And, a lot of things, actually, a lot of issues, the headache, the strain, the shoulder issues all came from the eyes, because it's just a human nature. Like when your eyes get fatigued, you lean forward. Okay. You don't lean back. Okay. That's a human, that's the way we're wired. So once you lean forward, your head, your shoulder, everything is basically, you got thrown off. And then, our head weighs about, 11 to 12 pounds. Have you picked up a bowling ball that's 11, 12 pounds? Yeah, imagine doing that 8 hours a day. It's going to put tremendous strain on your neck and shoulder and lower back too. So everything start with the eyes.
What?
And the good thing about I hate to depress your listeners.
Oh no, I haven't thought lately about how heavy my head is.
So a lot of them, people were complaining about headaches, and then on top of that, we have blue light issues. Blue light coming from the screen that can cause a lot of eye problems that we already know. So all those are, we're still in a way, we're in the infancy right now about learning how the blue light can damage, to our body. It can affect our, melatonin secretions. So people go to sleep later. They don't sleep as well. Sleep apnea, there's another issue these days. And if you look at other specialty, they're talking about, well, there's the people, pretty much young adults, young male adults, they're getting more prostate issue because they stare at a computer all day long. The blue light destroyed. So all those things, it's all indirectly related. So more articles are coming out. There are articles coming from Europe too, from Spain, talking about that. So and also in the oncology field, for example. There's for women with the breast cancer, there's more of a tamoxifen resistant breast cancer now, and they did a study on that, and they were suspecting it has a lot to do with the blue light exposure as well. So all those things that start coming out. Wow. It might not be old enough. I remember, back in the 80s, people were talking about the UV light. You don't want to get sunbathing, right? And some people were calling, that's crap. That's that's voodoo science. There's nothing to it. But turn out it's we start learning about the UV damage to your body, to your skin right now, and all of a sudden people are applying the sunblock. I think we're at that early stage, regarding the blue light as well. So. But there's just so many articles. You can search online and read about it, and you probably get freaked out. Yeah.
So, I'm already freaked out about a lot of stuff.
So we have the key ingredient in the eye drink to basically protect your eyes. That's what we're doing. Yeah.
Smart. Is how quickly non-medical professionals forget that the body is a system. It's all connected, and
yeah.
Oh my! Well, thank you for the work you're doing.
Some people call me crazy. Some of my colleagues call me crazy before.
Man with a mission.
And when the product finally came out, they call me visionary.
Right. Yeah.
There's a very, very fine line.
Right. Yeah. It's like once you kind of, then you're holding, you're like, all right. So tell us, you have all these entities and doing all this work. Tell us about a time in your business life where you're creating, you're doing great work, going along, but then the rug gets pulled out from underneath you and you think, oh shoot, I don't know if I'm going to recover from this, but it ends up being one of the best things that could have happened to you.
So far for this startup, I've been pretty lucky. Okay. Knock on wood first. Yeah. I've been pretty lucky. I met a lot of great people. Obviously, there was a lot of naysayers before. For example, we have doctors. Most doctors. I can tell you that. Most doctors, they are because they realize that everybody knows about the AREDS 2 formula. Okay, and what's there's the copper there. There's the zinc there. And if you talk to them, tell them, hey, look, I'm putting copper and zinc into the beverage. Before they even taste it, they will say, my God, is that even
palatable?
Is that even palatable? Is it even possible to even create a drink that people will buy it? So from the get-go, you hear a lot of naysayers, and it's not going to be, it won't be done. It can't be done. I'm not going to put money in there. And then there's the second group of people that after they finally saw the beverage and they were surprised that, and then they opened up the bottle, they smelled it. Interesting.
Smells like strawberries.
And they start, and they will nitpick other things. Like, for example, one particular doctor that I was, I rather, obviously I'm not going to mention his name. He said that the beverage, the strawberry lemonade, flavors, tastes a little too sour.
All right.
And then in 5 seconds, he complained, "Oh, you put sugar there." I say, "Okay, 5 seconds.
You can't have it both ways, man."
Yeah. And then I say, "Hey, look, if I use artificial flavoring, obviously we can minimize that issue. Then you complain that, hey, it's artificial stuff." Yeah. So there's always people like that. They don't want you to succeed. You can tell right away. Yeah. But to me, they're just noise. I just screen those. I just block those noise out and continue my journey. I know that this is something that not just millions, but billions of people can actually benefit from. Who doesn't use computer, cell phone these days? I mean,
right? No kidding. No kidding. Even toddlers are.
Yeah. So if you walk at, if you go to restaurants everywhere, airport. Yeah, everyone's on their devices.
I know. Right? No one can just sit there now.
Yeah.
How do you keep yourself motivated? How do you block out that noise? I mean, a lot of people can get really like down on themselves if they have the naysayers in their lives, or like you're talking to a trusted physician and they're saying, no, you can't, it can't be done. Like, is it just innate self-belief? Have you always been this way?
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, my sisters can attest to that. Well, I do things with a purpose. Okay, if I decide to do it, I'll keep doing it until I see a results. Okay, that's just how I was wired. I'm not sure it's good or bad.
Yeah.
So and then obviously, I think that there are multiple projects that I was thinking about working on, but I was looking for something that, number one, I can benefit billions of people. I don't want to create something only a few thousand people can benefit from. But this is a product that billions of people can benefit from, number one. And number two, I think that you can say that I like to build a legacy as well. And then imagine a beverage that's actually formulated by the doctor using the right formula. And there are tons of naysayers saying that this could not be done. Yeah, so people would, 20, 30, 40 years down the road, they'll say, hey, thank God we have this. Otherwise, we have a bunch of people with macular degeneration, cataracts, things like this, severe dry eye. So that's something that I look forward to doing it. So those naysayers, their comments, it's almost like a fuel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
they actually give me a desire to make sure that this is, this thing comes out well, especially the product in the pipeline. Right now, we're planning on certain things. It's going to be very, very interesting. I think it's going to, instead of kids going to grab a Gatorade or a Prime beverage, just drinking it, they will say, "Mom, I want to buy the eye drink." Because kids would know that this is good for my eyes. I keep myself hydrated. And then if I use the cell phone computer, my mom will not complain too much.
So pairing.
Yeah. So, so that's what I learned that from my kids.
Yeah, no kidding. Do you have like a daily practice where you like remind yourself of your vision and your bigger purpose? Or is it again, just you just have an internal North Star and you've got it a little easier than some of us?
Yeah, I never actually thought about it. Obviously, it's just once I made the commitment to do it, I'll make sure that things are done, and then make sure that product is it comes out well. That's that's just the way it should be. I think. Obviously, personal life wise, you have to make sacrifices when it comes to creating something like this, and then. My personal life is just either seeing patient or dealing with the star company of this entrepreneurships things that's involved, and trying to call people like this. But I never, just once you made the commitment, you made the commitments. Yeah, you got it fully committed to it. Otherwise, it's just a hobby, not a real venture. Yeah.
I sense a strong work ethic.
Thank God. Yeah. I think my parents raised me very well. Yeah.
Yeah. It seems that way. So we're teeing up my next question. You may have already answered it a little bit when you mentioned your sisters, but What's something about you from when you were growing up that maybe you were criticized a little bit for it? Like, maybe you were told outright, like, Roger, you need to work on this. It is a weakness. Or you just kind of maybe you're picked on or people just mentioned it from time to time or you just perceived it. But today, that quote unquote weakness is actually your superpower.
Well, growing up, well, I was born in Taiwan. So back then, when I was little, corporate punishment was okay. Okay. So, I got punished at school by a teacher. That's pretty common. My mom was a nurse. She was a perfectionist. She basically, back then, while she was a student, she always got a perfect score. Even when she came to the state, went to DMV trying to get her driver's license, she got a perfect score too.
Wow.
So it was under that kind of pressure, and being the youngest, I have 3 older sisters.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I'm not sure you are familiar with the Asian families. You either either get super spoiled, or you get super disciplined. Okay. So in my case, it was the latter, the later part, the latter part, getting disciplined. So if I did something wrong, not getting good grades, being too naughty, my mom first, and then my older sister, my second sister, everyone would start basically beyond me, make sure that I behave.
Okay.
So I was raised under that environment, you can say, pretty much. And luckily, moving to New Jersey, staying with my brother-in-law too, was fantastic. In basically giving me the guidance how to do the right things. Being a teenager, there, slightly rebellious, and he was basically one of my one of my influencers. Yeah. So I do appreciate the experience that I've gone through, and obviously all the friends knowing me well, saying that they knew that if I made a commitment to do something, they knew that I'll make sure that things get done. So that's just my background, my upbringing.
Right. Do I sense a rebellious streak in you?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah.
Well, you're still kind of like rebelling against norms or whatever. You're like, I'm gonna do this my way, and
well, you can call it stubborn too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, being committed and being stubborn, it's fairly similar.
2 sides of the same coin, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. If you're an investor, you call me, being committed. But if you're my wife, you say you're being stubborn.
Exactly. Right? Yep. So. What's a piece of advice you can leave our listeners with so they can make their lives and businesses stronger and better today?
If you're starting out a business as an entrepreneur, honestly, from my experience, there's no such thing as, personal life, business life, trying to strike a balance between the two. That's just, to me, was impossible. You got to sacrifice one. Okay. So if you're committed to, building a business of your own, be ready to make a lot of sacrifices. And that's one thing. And you don't want, otherwise it's just a hobby. To me, it was just a hobby. A lot of people, I saw so many people started stuff. And then after about a year or two, they decided it didn't work out and decided to fold. So I think making a commitment, literally, like you have to mean it. That people say it all the time, making commitment, and they gave up on their dream after a few months or a year or two. That's not making commitment. So for someone to do whatever they want, if they have a dream, make sure that you do the right thing. Obviously you don't want to cut corners.
Right.
That's I would say the best advice, the same advice I gave to my kids. So so they saw me work really, really hard. So hopefully one day they're mature enough to understand that we're building something very, very, very special.
Right. How old are they?
12 and 17.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Busy.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Where can we find you? Where can we order a drink?
Yeah. I'm not a big social media person. I have a team that actually manage all my social media, but if you want to reach out, you can just go to LinkedIn and find me there. And then to purchase the product, just go to the eyedrink.com, like THE, like EYEDRINK.com. You'll be able to purchase there. We'll ship it over to wherever you are. Even if you're in Hawaii, we'll ship it over. And ideally, it depends on how much time you spend on your, in front of your screen. You need to drink at least 1 bottle a day, up to 4 bottles. We do have some early clinical results coming back. It's extremely impressive.
Okay.
Yeah, we're measuring the efficacy of the products. So make sure that if you're buying, making commitment, to buy this, to drink this, we want to make sure the products are effective. That's actually show benefit to your eyes.
Right.
And we have early data to prove that. We have banker drinking it. We have day trader drinking it, and the macular pigmentation score just went through the roof.
Wow.
I mean, people in the 50, 60, 70-year-old, you're not supposed to see that kind of improvement after only 90 days. Yeah, if you take pills religiously, the vitamin pills religiously for 2 years, yes, you can kind of get that kind of data. But after 90 days, we really saw those numbers coming back.
Wow.
People with dry burning, sore eyes, that improvement was even faster. We have a banker. Literally, she started drinking 1 to 2 bottles a day. And in 4 to 5 days, not even a week, she already felt that toward the end of the day, her eyes are not as not burning as much, or not as dry. So that definitely makes a huge difference.
Wow. Do you think it's the vitamins coupled with the hydration, or is there something else?
Yeah, it's both. It's both. You definitely need to have it both. Yeah. Some people take vitamins and they don't feel any improvement just because they don't drink enough. Because our eye, our tear film that protects the eye, our eye is about 94 to 98% water.
Sure.
So if you don't keep yourself hydrated, just taking vitamins is not going to be that effective. Yeah, that's why a lot of white papers out there, studying the dry eyes. You get a lot of conflicting stories. Some people, some data saying that omega-3 helps. Some data say no, it doesn't really help that much. But one thing they didn't take into account was how much water those people drink. Okay,
right.
So that's very, very crucial. So basically with the beverage that I have, literally it's 16.9 ounce bottles, just like a Gatorade bottles. So we'll keep you hydrated. There's coconut water there, and then all the key ingredients. So we're basically killing 3 birds with one stone. We protect your retina. It will minimize your dry eye and keep you hydrated.
There you go.
Yeah.
Done. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the work you're doing, and it's been wonderful.
You're welcome.
Thanks for listening to The Impatient Entrepreneur. Love the podcast? Be sure to share it with a friend or colleague and give us a 5-star review. You can also chat with us on Instagram or Facebook at The Impatient Entrepreneur Pod. Want to star on a feature episode? Head over to theimpatiententrepreneur.com to inquire. Thank you to the team at Quidar & Co. for believing in me and bringing this podcast to life. And thank you to Carson Childers for mixing and editing this episode. I can't wait to see you next time.